Already great museums in the museum district, and it's none other than our own African American Museum of Culture, and we have the leader of that wonderful endeavor, John Guest Jr. Please come forward.
Pardon me as I read, I'm not quite as eloquent as Miss Wheelchair, Texas. The period since 1984 has been an important one in the evolution of the status and rights of people with disabilities in the United States. Although the 1970s have been characterized as a shift from charity to rights, when individuals with disabilities sought to establish through court cases and protest actions that they were entitled to the same basic civil and human rights, the past decades have seen equal opportunity, independent living, integration, and full participation emerge as the official objectives of the federal government's laws, programs, and policies. But in large part, the operative word here is objectives. It is the fleshing out of these objectives that remains our continuing challenge, especially where current efforts are falling short. As millions of people with disabilities know, failure to coordinate various elements of inclusion means missing out on opportunities to live, learn, and earn in the United States. Successful community living occurs when citizens with disabilities are involved in all aspects of community planning and implementation. And that is why we celebrate this month and how it shines a light on the need for employment. I know only too well the shortfalls that exist for people with disabilities because I live with such a person. Let's take a simple recent example. We're in the Seattle airport and needing a wheelchair to go from one end of the airport to the other. Well, I walked down to the end of the airport to the airline that was servicing us and requested a wheelchair to pick her up. Their response, well, she needs to come here. And my response was, but that's why we need the wheelchair. And I'm sure those of you with disabilities, this rings true only too well and too much and too often. I could go on, but getting through to people can be difficult. And that's why Doyle Burley is worth applauding. His words, "My canvas is a catalyst to share thoughts that are better expressed through art, not words." And he's right. The general population is far from an open discussion about disabilities. But this mural will reach far more people than we will while we preach to the people that we know, to our own choir. The mural will encourage people to think about disability without having to be in a verbal conversation about it. And many times that helps move people to action and to support. As an artist, Burley has been involved locally with allowing that conversation through art to happen. He's done it with his History Makers of America displayed at the Dulles High School, with his Houston Harmony displayed in the at the Lee P. Brown Metro Administration Building, and his Birth of Expression displayed in Hannah Hall at Texas Southern University. And now we have his Faces of Disability. As a community, we are lucky to have an artist who would take on this task and who expresses his thought through art and not words. Thank you.